Hello everyone and welcome to Java Forever course. In today's class we are going to learn about code comments. First and foremost thing to remember is that code comments are not required by Java. Java will ignore all the lines of comments you write in your code. However, I always strongly recommend to write code comments because that is how you will remember the logic or algorithm you have implemented in your code. Remember, when you're writing the code, at that moment it is easy because you're writing it. But if you look at your code after 6 months or after a year, when you put it in production, when somebody is using it, and then you find a defect, when you find if you have to make some changes in the code, at that point of time it is very hard to remember what you had in mind when you wrote that code. So writing a comment in your code is a good documentation practice. You write in such a way that either you or somebody else who is maintaining the code can understand the code written and can manage, can change whenever required. Now, when you write a code, you as a good developer, remember this code will go into production. Somebody will be using it. Business changes today. Suppose you write an interest calculator and you apply some value for your interest rate. Tomorrow interest rate will change. The government may change the interest rate and you have to go back and change your code again. At that point of time, it is good practice to write, to make your code such easy to read, easy to understand. And the documentation, this code comment or documentation, I refer it, comes very handy. Now, enough about why you should write the code. Let's learn how code is commented in Java. There are two techniques that you will use it. The first technique, what I call it as single line code, single line comments. In the single line comment, all you do is you use 2// like this, and anything that you write after this is completely ignored by Java because this is like writing a comment. You can write anything, any garbage. Again, I don't mean to say that you should write garbage. You should write very meaningful sentence. But single line comment is, this is a comment. Now, I don't have to do like this because this code is commented. Java is going to ignore this line of code. Right? So if I write another line of code, I want to comment it, I'll write, this is another comment. Java is going to ignore that too. Now, if you write multiple lines of code, you have two choices. Either you go and do 2// on each line, or you use another technique, which is block commenting. In the block commenting, what you really do is you use this / and asterisk, and then asterisk /. Anything that you write in between is totally ignored. This is what we refer as block commenting. Right? It depends on your style. Usually, you want to add details like when did you create, who created this code, who last modified, what is the purpose of this block of lines, set of code. That is, you want to write it in a block comment. And then when you're writing inline comments, you want to write anything like, okay, what does this line of code do? Or this line of code do? You want to just write one line of comment before these two lines. Now, code comment also comes very handy when you are developing the code. You want to comment one line of code, uncomment one line of code to see how your code is performing, whether it is giving you the right result or not. Rather than deleting a line, you simply comment it and you go back and uncomment. You want to undo it. You want to undelete it, sort of, right? You want to include that code in your that particular statement in your code. You can uncomment it. What I mean by uncommenting is just removing these two lines. Now, if I write like this, this is a comment. Java is going to throw an error because this is not how you write a code. This is not a valid code. This is an English statement. But I'm assuming if you write a code, I can go ahead and comment this line, two lines. I can comment here and I can go back and I can remove the comment. And this is a pretty standard practice in in your job, when you write code, that you comment one line, test your code, doesn't work, go back and comment it again, and uncomment another line and see what logic is working properly for you, right? So that's all in code commenting, and I hope you learned it. With this, we finish this chapter. I'll see you again in next class, where we are going to start learning about variables and constant. Thank you again. Bye-bye.